Okay, good morning, students. Today I am going to show you the steps to use a quite useful piece of software when trying to understand and use body language called Storyboard That. And I would simply go through the different steps and processes to show how simple this software is. So let's say first and foremost, we're doing body language, which is the topic that we're preparing for, and I want to show the emotion of happiness. First and foremost, I have to select a scene, and you can scroll through the scenes. It's quite straightforward, but if you don't like any of these scenes that you're seeing, you can type in for me football field, F-I-E-L-D. All right. Just ignore this X, they want you to the premium, and we see we have a number of fields here. Okay, you drag and drop the symbols. Let's say I don't like this particular one. You just come to the edit, the X at the side, and exit off. It's as simple as that. Let me go for another one. You drag and drop, always drag and drop the different scenes that you want by just holding here and dragging it in the bubble. It's as easy as peasy as that. All right. And let's say I want to do body language of one happy, or let's go sadness. Both two players that are experiencing sadness. Next thing I go to, you go to characters. Instead of searching through all these characters, I just come into the search bar and type football player. And this is where it's a fun thing to do. I maybe have to put in soccer player because it's American software. Apologies for that, guys. Soccer player. Soccer is supposed to be a wow, interesting thing, but we don't have, so we can just try any sports, right? It's so weird they do not have sports on this particular one. So we have these two characters here. We would have a ball that we want to bring down. It doesn't necessarily, let's use this character here. And this is where I want you all to pay attention in terms of how you craft the body language. When you go to edit pose, this is where the magic happens. You see all sorts of things. So if we say we want to show sadness, but you don't particularly like in terms of aspect of the body language that you see in there, maybe you want sadness with the hands in a different position, maybe over the head. Let's see how that looks. Or maybe one here, right? And he's pointing, okay? And let's see the position in terms of the posture you want, right? We see the different postures that you can have, right? So he can be sitting, and if you don't like any of those postures, you set the pose here, the posture, the sitting, and then you go to the sadness. Which one of these looks sad to you? Yeah, that looks sad to me. Yeah. And you're holding your hand, or you're holding your face. Yeah. Good. We want to put the color eye, what color skin. Yeah. The jersey, we don't like that jersey. We want to put it in a Barca color or whatever color. You update the pose. Good. Does that illustrate sadness to you? All right. And let's just say we want to add a next one scene. Let's go to something that says happiness. Maybe your first day at university. Let us say that this is the thing that you have selected, a scene. You just copy and paste from the list of scenes. Characters, instead of looking through all, I'm going to type student. And when I type in student there, let's see what comes up. You can use any one, I guess, for students. So I'm just going to choose this young lady here because we chose a young man next time. Again, guys, edit pose. You can change whatever color hair you want, whatever color skin tone. You want to change eye color as well. Not a problem. You don't like the dress. But let's go. We're going for happiness. So let us say it's the first day of university and you're happy. We see the preset poses here, posture, happy. But let's say you don't like that happy there. You can come in terms of to the different expressions bars here. All right. And if you find nothing is better, maybe you want to tilt the head this way or that way or up. Right? Maybe she's admiring her university. Yeah, maybe let's try that one. And she's pointing. Let us point. Eyes, eyes, eyes. I am there, boy. And she's sitting on the bench. Right? So we have her sitting on the bench, and she's pointing. Her head is tilting up, and she's pointing. Yeah, and she's pointing at her school. Wow. Does that show happiness to you? All right. And it's very simple. If you want to add a speech bubble, right? These are the different bubbles if you want to add a comment, but we're going to just let the students interpret the body language. I don't want you to add that particular comments per se. All right. And when you're finished with what you're doing, all 6 emotions, change in the body language, you simply save and exit. All right. Okay, students, so that is how simple it is to use Storyboard That. You just have to sign up with a Google or a Facebook account, and it's a very interactive piece of software. Please leave me feedback, any comments and queries you may have in the Google Classroom.